Can you dig it, sucker?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Doc's Pop Reviews. We're talking about WWE on the A&E channel, Booker T's Biography. This was interesting because A&E, for both the Biography and the Most Wanted Treasures Legends on the Hunt, featured Booker T. Booker T was someone for me that I was a huge fan of his when he was a part of Harlem Heat. I was a huge fan of his when he had a singles run in WCW, when he was the television champ, when he was the world champ. But when he transitioned to WWE, it's not that I stopped being a fan of his, it's I stopped watching wrestling. Like once the Attitude Era kind of started coming to an end, once WCW had been bought by Vince McMahon, my love for wrestling had gone down. So to be able to watch both of these episodes and to get the nostalgia of seeing Booker T of when I was a fan of his, and to get new information about his WWE career on stuff that I did not follow and I got to learn about, I thought that was pretty cool. Let's talk a little bit about his biography and the differences between the ones we've seen already. We've seen Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Macho Man Randy Savage, and now Booker T. I mentioned in the last episode about Macho Man Randy Savage, and I was disappointed in that one. This one, I really enjoyed it, and I think a huge difference is, and there's nothing the A&E producers can do about this, is Macho Man is no longer with us, but Booker T is, so we get to a much more personal touch with Booker T because he's still alive, and we get to hear the information, quote unquote, from the horse's mouth, right? I don't want to spoil this for you. I'm going to try to talk about the biography in a way to get you to watch it. Stone Cold, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and now Booker T. Again, I think both wrestling fans and non-wrestling fans can enjoy this. You can tell for this particular episode and the Most Wanted Treasures, this is heavily geared towards young black men. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a 6'3" adult white man. I enjoyed both episodes. I'm not saying as a wrestling fan or someone of a different color, you can't enjoy the episodes. What I am saying is that a young black man may watch this and see the life that Booker T had. Because Booker T had a very rough childhood. He suffered from loss. He knew what it meant to be broke. He knew what it meant to work hard. He knew what it meant to live around drugs, poverty, committed some crimes himself, and he was able to work his way out from that lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying he didn't have a little bit of help here and there, but when you look at his life, he was at the forefront, really pushing himself because no one else was there to push him. And so it was one of those things, the crimes he committed, the mistakes that he made, he had to learn from those mistakes. And what I'm getting at as far as targeting a young black man, the young black man can say, hey, I've made mistakes in my life, but I can still make it. Look at Booker T. I can learn from his example. Or even if a young black man hasn't made those mistakes, he can look at the mistakes Booker T made, avoid them, and still work his way out of it. So I think that's really important. So like I said, in the biography, we see, he was surrounded by drugs. We really get to see a lot of his youth. Wrestling does come into it later, but a lot of it was his personal life growing up, very heavy in the beginning. But this biography, shows Booker T was able to rise above that stereotype. Another thing I learned from this, that we all can learn from this, he told his boss he wanted to better himself, and his boss actually helped him. And I think that's something that we as adults need to do that. If someone works hard and they want to better themselves, if we have the opportunity to help them, we should help them. And I think Booker T took that lesson he learned from as a young man, and he's putting it into action today because he's trying to help the youth of today. We also get to see Booker T and his real life brother and tag team partner Stevie Ray. At their beginnings, they faced a ton of racism. Got to check that part out. We get to see the origin and the impact of the Spinneroonie. Spinneroonie is definitely tied hand in hand with Booker T. We also find out how, and again, this is something I didn't know, we find out how Sid Vicious had a hand in helping them. We also found out about country music stars Brooks and Dunn had a very interesting hand in helping the tag team Harlem Heat, even though it wasn't They didn't have a personal touch. Just watch the documentary. You'll know what I'm talking about. But Harlem Heat, they were definitely one of my favorite tag teams. I still have their action figures even to this day from when I was a kid. Then we get to see his transition to a singles wrestler. You get to see how Booker T and Charmel met, their beginnings, and how they started off as friends. She was actually a Nitro girl, which I did not know that. It's very interesting to see how he had nothing to do with the WCW behind-the-scene politics. He just worked hard. And I think that's very interesting. I think that's something that, again, young people need to realize this. Young black men, young white men, young men in general, work hard. Don't try to be political. Don't try to take shortcuts or anything like that. Just work hard. And that's exactly what Booker T did. We also get to see his transition from WCW to WWE, which again, once he went to WWE, this is where I didn't really follow his career. We also see he gets a lot of respect from the locker room, not because people liked him or disliked him, it's because he could work, you know. And this biography I really enjoyed too, because it does end on a high note. Not a lot of wrestlers get that happy ending, married with kids and are living a good life, but Booker T has that. Overall, I really enjoyed this biography. I think, again, it's targeted towards young black men, and there's nothing wrong with that, because anybody can enjoy this biography. But if you can help a young black man, if you can help a young man of any color, if you can help young people, they have that desire to work hard. They have that desire to make something better in their lives, and you have the opportunity to help them, you need to do it. That's what this biography taught me, and I hope it helps some people out there. Let me know, have you guys watched the biography? What did you think? If you haven't, still leave a comment down below. I highly encourage you to check it out. Thanks for listening, guys, and as always, have a great day.